Now we are live. I wonder why this shit does it. Didn't let me rotate it. What's good with everybody? What's cracking lacking? Pistol packing. Did I set it up? I hate when this shit doesn't let me do it. Oh, what's good, my boy? What's cracking lacking? Sick 'em low. What's good, Hormiga? What's cracking, my boy? Chilling or what? Trying to set this up really quick. What's good, Poison? Oh, Alex, what's cracking like in A301 up in the building? What's good, my boy? What's everybody up to on this Thursday? On this fine Thursday. Wait, is it Thursday? Yeah, it is. Huh? What's everyone getting themselves into? Or not getting themselves into? Oh, Jesus is in the building. Nothing much, no más. Oh, hijo, eso es todo. Pura de la buena, hijo. Posted and loaded, sipping on a brew. That's right, my boy. I'm on the same agenda. Hey, homie, do you invest in crypto? Nah, I don't have any investments. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. Boyle Heights up in the building. That's right. Hex Love right there. Homie, you got me working. Gee. Calling all ranches, reporting to duty. Tales from the streets. That's right. What's good to all the live 100? Where's the King Cobra at? My boy, you already know. Went to the junkyard. The hood of a car was checking. Fell. Shit hit my head. Oh man, I feel you on that. Hey, the junkyard fool, that's the best place to get the stuff at. People like talk down on the junkyard. You'll be surprised what you can find there in good condition. Like there's a lot of cars that have a lot of good parts to them that they just have them right there in the junkyard. Like you get hooked up, and plus you get to cluck a few stuff, you know, on the down low. You know what I mean? Doesn't hurt, you know, to take, you know, you don't gotta pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get that discount. Right now you will become a millionaire. I don't want to become a millionaire though. Millions is never my goal, my boy. Money pollutes. What up, homie, from Northside Bowling Park? That's right, bowling up in the building, representing Gus out of the Northside Bowling. Whoa. Shout out to all the whole bowling movement out there. Shout out from Richmond, California. Richmond, Atlanta, Georgia. Junkyard. It's a spot. Yeah, the junkyard. I'm telling you, man. That's where you get hooked up with all the good shit. People don't know what they're missing. I want to be a billionaire so much. Serio, my boy? For why? Why do you want to be a billionaire so bad? Like, what is out there that you desperately need so much that is not making you happy right now that you kind of like physically get? Oh, not me. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's not me. Oh, it's a song? I wouldn't doubt it. I'm telling you, I'm rusty when it comes to all the hip stuff. It is a song, but it's a pretty old song. Oh, it is? Yeah. Oh, I don't remember hearing that one. Is it a rap song? More money, more problems. Hell yeah. Generation wealth. But then you're not really teaching them no morals or nothing like that. You're kind of just handing them everything hand and foot, and you know that's never good to do. You know what I mean? Because you know they don't turn out to be decent individuals. They end up like Donald Trump. You don't want that. You know what I mean? You got with the more money, the less bonding time, the less lessons are being learned. A lot of good morals and trades are lost. With that kind of lifestyle. They become spoiled rotten, but they think that everything could be bent at their word. I'm confident in the offspring is being secure, just with morals. Like, it's crazy because think of it like this, my boy. There's billionaires out there, because not all billionaires are horrible. There's billionaires out there that started off with families that had not one penny to their name, and they turned out to be successful, intelligent, and hardworking individuals. You get what I mean? So their family had nothing, yet their future was more than well secured. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying because, like, I think sometimes like the money is piled on to like people's plates where they think that achieving that is the goal and the only goal, and if you don't, you failed in life. So like if you don't have like nothing like that, you pretty much your life is worthless and shit like that. So a lot of people just life spiral down because they think it's like, like, I guess they're good for nothings when it's not really like that. You know what I mean? Because money ain't everything, but yet society paints it like it is. So you know, I came out like 11 years ago. Sam, serio? Bruno Mars sings the hook. Who's Bruno Mars? Is he like a singer? Hey, I'm trading a vato at work. This dude asking me if I'm Mexican. I said yeah, and I asked him the same, and he said I'm half American, Italian, a little bit of German, and more shit like that. I love that answer. Believe it or not, that answer right there is a good individual. Is a solid individual. You know what I mean? Because he's not trying to front it. He ain't trying to kiss no culo. Like you know what I mean? Like that he gonna be an honest one. Cause the fools. There's fools that go to job interviews. Cause I have had them when we were hiring, and they would come suit and all, my boy, suit ties, shiny shoes, everything. Then we hire them, worthless workers, dog, lazy, no good bastard. And then we have hired people that came in just like that, just like normal, casual, just like and they turned out to be the most hardest workers. So going back to what I say, you never judge a book by its cover. He could have shiny shoes, a gold tie, and everything, but that says nothing about his work ethics. You know what I mean? It's all illusions. I never judge a book by its cover. When I say that, I like know nothing about like the whole TV and all that world. Oh, I really literally mean I know nothing. Like I'm not up to date with. I don't even know a majority of the guys that come out in movies. I don't even know who they are. So I don't know like the latest musics or movies and everything like that. We're 24/7 in the streets, my boy. That's all we knew. Uh, have you? Yeah, Simon. Uh, I guess people family tree and shit. Huh? Like, are you Mexican? He ain't Mexican, Holmes. Like, oh, big happy. So what if he's not Mexican? Huh? Just like that part in that movie. But he's not Mexican, Holmes. Like, yeah, what color is his heart, my boy? That's all we give a fuck about. But yeah, it's legit. You can never judge a person by the way they look. You know what I mean? You have to you have to get to know some shit before you want to judge it. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows that. Like, you never want someone to give you an opinion on something that they know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Then there's people that think they know everything but don't know nothing. You know what I mean? Those are just as bad, and there's a lot of those. Believe that. How many tattoos you got? I don't know, like 20? Like 20?
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You gonna make me count them all right now?
21.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, like 16. Close. Hater.
No, I remember when you were bad.
My wife's just mad because I got him. I got on me like 10 times and I only got her name once. that you mad because I got the hood on me like 10 times in your name once.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
I don't give a damn. Mom has my name more than once. What?
I don't either. I just
Yes, she does. Hold on.
hey, self-education is you could also educate yourself that way. You know that there's people that are incarcerated that learn to speak multiple languages in there. Self-education is some of the best way to learn because when you're out here you have multiple distractions. You have other human beings, you have friends, you have relationships, you have cell phones. You have so many distractions, compared to like when you're actually like just reading something or just watching something that's educational, with no distractions around. You soak everything up like a sponge because you could only home in on that because that's the only thing that's there. You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to escape, or create your own little bubble. So that's a way to educate yourself as well. You know what I mean? Because even when you go to schools, that's essentially what you're doing, my boy. You're literally just sitting there while somebody's just like telling you the knowledge. You know what I mean? And then you're just pretty much explaining everything back to them in which what you learned. You know what I mean? The reason why it's so hard for people to learn out here is because of all the distractions. You get what I mean? Are you gonna dress up for Halloween? Yes, I am. I'm gonna go as a warlock. So yeah, I got my costume and staff and everything. I thought I was gonna go as a gangbanger. uh, but yeah, I got the hood on me. You know what I mean? A lot of times. Uh, what's up, Shadow? What's good, TC? Um, does Johanna do the cooking or you, my boy? Keep it G. We do half and half. So sometimes I cook, sometimes she cooks. You know what I mean? But a man's supposed to help around the house. You feel me? Like you gotta help around the house. You know what I mean? Because well, if your hyena works, you gotta help around the house, my boy. You know what I mean? Like you can't have her, working and at the same time doing everything either. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta try to at least do your part. It's a team effort. You know what I mean? Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't ever listen to motherfuckers when they be saying like, "Nah, homie, the hyena gotta do it all." Don't let man. Them fools don't know what they're talking about. That's why they end up divorced or alone or so single and just sleeping on the couch. Don't take their advices. They just want everyone to be miserable like them. We had a Russian in our clica back in the day. Oh yeah, so do we. Oh, 626 up in the building. What's good with you, my boy? What's cracking? D Town LA, DTLA Streetwise. What's good with you? Um, Paco, what else? Chilling right here. What's good with you, my boy? Regardless of whatever
Oh my
is
god.
going on, you
1% range.
to help your woman. Yes, that's 100. Hormiga said it right there best. Hannah does it all, but because she's a stay-home at home mom. Oh yeah, okay, then yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you. Hey, but sometimes you want to give her a break too. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe do something here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even so much about like. It's just like I guess like it's like the right thing to do, my boy. You know what I mean? It's like not even about being a mandilon or none of that. It's kind of like give a break. Like come on, like that's your woman too, the one that like will do anything for you. So like you could at least like at least do. You know what I'm saying? I think so. I feel that is only right. Like you can't be scandalous too, and like just to be like, oh look, yeah, have her do it, everything, like, cause that's kind of gacho to treat your woman like that. You know what I mean?
That's weird.
Like I see it like that. That's kind of scandalous. Cause that's like the one that's like, that's willing to ride for you to like the ends of death. So like you want to at least like, you know what I mean? Like, and not only that, I think it's important because your kids are watching, so your kids are learning how to like how to treat a woman or like or how women's supposed to be treated and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you want to set a good lesson. It's the best way. Oh man, I sleep on the couch. You trying to this? You sleep on the couch 6 to 6? Why, my boy? Let me find out. Said you sleep on the couch? Damn, what I tell you, press the life alert. We got you, my boy. These fools end up all cracked out outside Walmart asking for money. Serio. You see a lot of them fools. Like, damn, they be like Ezel from Friday. Like, what you doing back there taking a shit?
No, wait, I have the books. I could do it tomorrow, actually.
You know, like
I
Ezel
want to do something during that.
getting the ropa from the front yard when that midget throws all the clothes outside and that fool's right there like scoping it out. Hey, you know what? I think Friday is one of the movies that like got how it is to be chilling on the hood on the day to day. Like, you know how we just like posted, like, just doing our thing, and then just everything around, just tripping out on everything around that be cracking on the block. I think that's like the best way to explain it when on a day to day when we're just chilling. You know what I mean? Because then fools came blasting, that fool blast back, and you know what I mean. I think that's the movie that got it the most accurate, if anything. Homies go to the store and some shit be cracking, and you know what I mean. I want to say that Friday probably got it the best. They probably nailed it on the dot, homie. When people want to know, like, well, how is it like in that life? Like, what's kind of like Friday? It ain't nothing like blood in, blood out of American Union. Ain't nobody be sucking no fingers, my boy. Good video, my boy, in the top ticket. Oh, hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. Even though there's people on there that be saying, que, nah, que neighborhoods are not there, que that, this and that, que, like, I had people on the comments, my boy, tell me that there's hoods in my area telling me that those hoods are not in that area. When it's like we beef it with them, my boy. Like we homies be getting jumped, dumped on, we busting highlights on these hoods, and they be saying that they're not there. Que that's not true. Like, hijo de su reputa madre, dog. the ignorance on people is baffling. But it's the internet. Welcome to the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't know F Troop was that deep. I knew that F Troop was deep, my boy. I always knew that they were deep. I did not know that they were that deep. I knew that they were large in numbers because homies would tell me that they're hella deep or whatever. So I pictured like a big number. I just didn't picture that much, but it would make sense, because their reputation, they got it down. They hold it down on me. You know what I'm saying?
You just use that word for right now. You say you don't use that word.
Which one? From time to time. I watch Friday every day in the summer. Oh man, I like Friday. It's funny. Had you watched Menace to Society? Yeah, I watched Menace to Society. That was cool too. It's cool. I wouldn't say like, I don't know, like some of those movies are not like, I don't know, they don't catch my interest all that much. Like Boys from the Hood, Menace to Society, Boulevard Nights. They're good movies. They're good movies, but I don't find like you know what I mean? Like I don't know why. Probably because I don't know. Maybe because we're coming out of this life, or I actually don't know. They're cool movies. Like they're good movies. Did you watch the movie Shot Caller? Yeah, I seen that one too. I seen that one. What's that other one called? Felon. I seen Felon. American X. All of those movies. But I only watched it maybe like 2 times ever, and that was it. Like End of Watch. I even seen like some of the bootleg ones. Like I don't know if you guys seen the movie called East LA Kings. Oh man, I watched like those. There's even a zombie movie on the hood. Like it's called like Barrio Zombie de los del Barrio or some shit like that. Fool. And it's like, oh man. To support, the raza and trying to do the thing, but sometimes it's like, my boy, like what are you guys thinking?
When did you watch all of these?
Ooh, long time ago. Yeah, metal was the. Oh yeah. Yeah, we know on homie. Yeah. Okay. Piensa de Houston, Texas, greedy. That's right, my boy. Representing for Houston. Texas up in the building. Whoa, whoa. Much love to Texas. Um, how do you watch Colors? Yeah, I think Colors is really good. I like Colors. Colors is probably up there. You know what I mean? I prefer Colors than Blood In Blood Out. You know what I mean? To be honest with you guys, Blood In Blood Out, like there was a lot of things in that movie that I was just like, it was more comical, like more comedian-ish than anything. You know what I mean? Like overall, I'm just like, what the hell? I don't know. It's like I felt like with like the homies, they were like, it's almost comical how they try to make Homeboy seem when like they're not like that. It's kind of like going back to when it was saying like, when fools were try to rap and they would try to put that hard emphasis on the R's when they'll be like "Orale, bar," and it's like my boy No Homie talks like that, dog. Like
That was probably back in the time.
no, but No Homies ever talk like that. Not even the OGs.
You never know.
They say barrio. They don't say barrio. Ora. They don't do none of that.
Well, they're probably not from that time.
Older than the big homies?
Yeah.
No.
The people that are older than people.
Nah, not even the older heads talk like that. But I think Chicano rap painted a vision of homies. That like people thought that this is the way homies are. When it's like, nah, maybe those homies. But they don't speak for the homies. So. But people must have thought like, oh, this is the way that these fools are. Going based off like what they seen on TV or what they heard on the CD. Like okay, like.
I can see my uncle coming on.
No, your uncle does not talk like that.
Who am I talking about?
Rudy. He doesn't talk like that though.
Okay, but I picture him coming out in that movie.
No, Rudy looks like a real gang member. These guys look like clowns.
He could be different.
You should do a series like gang wars, like hood politic channels. Nah, I don't. I'm not allowed to like speak on like it, stuff like that, my boy. You know what I mean? Like if homies want to if other homies want to speak on that, that's on them. You know what I mean? But that's something I don't advise that is wise. You get yourself in a wreck like that. You know what I mean? Um, there's certain things homies can speak on. There's certain things homie can't speak on when they're on camera, and that's just one of the things that we just can't go into details in, or even speak about. You know what I mean? But like, there's certain videos that you could and you can't. Depends what you want to hear about. You know what I mean? But like to go into details like on neighborhoods and like their situations, like no, 'cause I'm not from that hood. To go into that. You know what I mean? Like, I could have one of them homies come on and like if they want to discuss it, like that. You know what I mean? Which is something that we're gonna do that I'm working on. You know what I mean? So that's something to look forward to on the channel. But as in me, like do it for these individuals, like no. You know what I mean? Because it's not my barrio for me to be speaking on. Can you do video on oldest gangs in Orange County? Oh yeah. See, videos like that I could do. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I already had that in mind. I already had that one in mind. I was talking to some of my camaradas that I have in the OC, and yeah, I was actually in the works on that. Well, right now I'm working on the one on the barrios in Corona and Casablanca in the IE, and then I was gonna do that one after that one. Yeah, but that's one that I already had like in mind to do. Much love and respect from Chicago, Illinois. Oh, hey, gracias. I appreciate that, my boy. Yeah, that's right. Representing out of Chicago. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, she's right here with me right now. She's on the couch right now. Chilling.
Tired.
She says she's tired. I swear he tells them to blaze it, and the rest of them laughing. I ain't scared. Little Joker was Little Joker was a weird ass fool, dog. Hey, what was he doing to the dog? Hey, what's that you got on my? Hey, what you be doing on my dog? Nothing. Hey, what is that? Yogurt. Yogurt. I could do like maybe like some rivalries, but like I can't go into details like telling on like war stories, like like on highlights. You know what I mean? Because obviously a lot of stuff is still like ongoing or open. Like in the cold case, but it's not closed. You get what I'm saying? And you don't want to be the one to like spark something in the hudas. Like, never bothered to see it from that angle. And they reopen the case like, oh no. What neighborhood is your neighborhood number one rival? Um, it's kind of hard to say like number one rival. I'll probably put 18 No Hollywood Boys and Project Boys. Probably No Hollywood Boys and 18 will probably be the top two. In like number one. Um, Depending which homie you ask, wherever there's the most animosity towards that homie, for me it was even because um, I went at it hard with both, so and both have hit the neighborhood significantly, and likewise, vice versa. But at the end of the day, with stuff like that, homies still end up going down with the shit because you have homies that end up doing life. So either way, at the end, there's no winners. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, dog. But it's kind of hard to tell because we beef it with like 40 different neighborhoods. So, hey, está cabrón. Que buena carnal, saludos from the San Fernando City. That's right, representing right there. Is West LA and West LA County the same car? That's Big Joker. Oh yeah. Which one's Little Joker? Baby Joker was the biggest one, no? He was the gordito, and then Little Joker was what the one that didn't even look like he was a carnal of them two, no? He was like the more darker skinned one. Oh yeah, because Big Joker was he was the smallest one, huh? Hey, isn't that fool Hector from Friday? No, or am I tripping? The fool that gets smoking that bag and he's like, "It's Angel does Holmes." Was that Little Joker or Big Joker, whatever the hell? Much love from the city of Paris. That's right, Paris up in the building. Anaheim, Pauline Street up in the building representing. Have you checked out the YouTube channel stories written by us? Some stories how was back then are crazy. Um, is that the one that has like homies that are like, how could I say it? Homies that like are no longer, functioning or whatever, or they're like PCs, or because I know of a channel that like covers like PC, like homies that they talk or whatever. Channels like that I don't watch. Not because it's just that when I don't like hearing homies that are just like they're no good. I just don't like. I don't care for what they have to say, or you know what I mean. Not to sound like I'm not hating on them, or they could do their thing. Toda madre. I wish them all the best. It's just it's stuff that I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in hearing what they have to say or what stories they have to tell. You know what I mean? Um, you know, it's just not what I like doing. It's more of a me thing. You know what I mean? It's more of a I just don't like fucking with shit like that. Not because it's bad. It's just that it's just stuff that I don't like doing. Well, the Joker was a tall bald one. Okay, yeah, the dark skinned one. Okay, órale, Simon. Do you know anything about Pomona 12 Street Sharks? I only know it's a hood because of the guy. OG Tarzan. Oh yeah, I know. Them homies are with the business, my boy. They're one of Pomona's. When people think about Pomona, that's the first neighborhood that comes into homies, heads. Um, they're old school. They started several other hoods in Pomona. They have the writers. They got a lot of homies that are doing tiempo. Them fools handle business, my boy. Them sharks are not playing. No that much checking in this week. That's right, my boy. Yeah, we'll be right here. Our biggest rivals was the Northerners. All of them, or which one? Like there's certain sets, because I never understood. That's one thing. I kind of really don't understand from like how it works up there because okay, I get it. I get okay. It's like when there's an upstate barrio, right? And they beef it with Northerners, but like which ones like because you're gonna beef it with some hoods more than the other. I get it, they're all norteños, but don't they have like their own individual like barrios out there? Like I get it that they're all north side, but like down here we're all sureños, but you know each barrio has their own gangs or whatever. So I would figure the north runs it the same. They have their neighborhoods, so I would figure that you beef it with the norteños that are most closer to you the most than like other norteños, like kind of like norteños beef with sureños, right? But they go at it with hard with like let's say Richmond gangs or the Tammy Lee gang or whatever more than they do with like the 38th Street or the Claton gang down here or shit like that. You know what I mean? Like in that sense, like because they have to have hoods, so you would figure that you go at it more with whatever norteño, because they're all not the same norteño. Like you can't get jumped into like one norteño gang and say that it's the same thing as another norteño gang because it's not. So they're all individual gangs. So you would beef it with one more than the other, no? Are you doing a interview with Zod? Um, we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, I don't know what the future might bring. You know what I mean? Maybe there could be an interview. Maybe they can. I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? He's cool though. You know what I mean? Like he's a cool homie. You know what I mean? There's like there's like been like little hiccups between our neighborhoods, but nothing like at the level like where there's been casualties or something like that. You know what I mean? So, I know of him. From the streets. He's a solid individual. You know what I mean? He's handled his homie. He writes for his homie. So for all the people that be talking in the comments saying that he's fake and that he's not a bot and that he's a chump, my boy, trust me, I should know that homie's with the business, my boy. He ain't no ranker, he ain't no punk, he ain't no bitch stuff. I can tell you that 100 facts. You know what I mean? He's gone at it with my older homies. You know what I mean? He's gone at it with several of my homies actually. You know what I mean? He's about his business, my boy. Those are facts. But it's funny when people be talking on the internet. It's like, woo, if they only knew, boy. That's funny. Oh, me and Zara primos. Hey, well, gracias, my boy. Gracias. No, we are not related. I'm dark skinned, but I'm raza. Take a chunk of the cobra with no hands. That was it. Take a chunk of the cobra with no hand. Damn, my boy. That would be some math skills, huh? I would have to question that, homie. Most dangerous areas in the San Fernando Valley in the 90s. Shit, man. I wouldn't be able to tell you, bro. It would be a tie between like the North Hills, Pacoima, and North Hollywood area. Um, it was the reason why I say those three areas. I'm not hating on the rest of the San Fernando Valley or nothing like that. The reason I say those three cities is because it's the areas that are more jam packed full of barrios. Pacoima has a gang of neighborhoods. North Hills has a gang of neighborhoods. North Hollywood has a gang of neighborhoods so close together. You know what I mean? The West Valle is dangerous too. Don't get it. Don't sleep on them. But their neighborhoods have more breathing room. They're more further apart. You know what I mean? So they have space. So Van Nuys, too. There's more space there. Even though Pacoima is a large city, because there's so many individual sub gangs, there's no breathing room. North Hills is not a big city at all, you know what I mean? And it has so many neighborhoods, so there's no breathing room. In North Hollywood is big, but there's so many neighborhoods, so there's no breathing room. Like you can't go from a walking distance anywhere without bumping into somebody. So that's the reason why I would choose those three areas. Hollywood, no hill. Oh, there! Hey, look! Hey, JC knows. Hey, he knows his stuff. Bam, homie. That fool said everything I just said right now. Hey, that's how I know that homie right there. He knows what he's talking about. I stamp JC's answer. Boom. Damn, homie straight up read my mind. Hey, good shit, JC. Uh, what do you prefer, Mickey or Oldie? Oh, Mickey all the way, my boy. I actually don't like Oldie. Oh, West Coast Graffiti. Hey, go scope out West Coast Graffiti's channel, man. That vato gets down too. Go subscribe to homie. Yeah, he's legit right there. Oh, I love them. Most actors. Yeah, JC really knew what he was talking about. You. CSB. Saludos, Shadow. Saludos. Oh, hey, West Carson TV too, man. Go subscribe to homie right there. He covers neighborhoods too. We beefing with the closest ones, but we used to go at it a lot. Northern Hoods, boy. All right. So it was like pretty much like everybody just coming in, you know. From what I've heard, say, stay. They don't beef it with gangs. But then wouldn't that serve the individual neighborhoods? So there would be no purpose of the individual neighborhoods, no? Because since it's side versus side, then there would be actually no reason for there to be like it should just be like south side and north side. So there shouldn't be individual barrios since all of that is it would be irrelevant, no? Right? That's how I see it. It would be completely irrelevant, at least in my opinion. Are you drinking Cobras? Yeah, the Cobras is the good stuff. I get it at some liquor right here on Florence and Otis. There's a liquor right there. Homie sells them cheap. He even sells the tall cans of the King Cobras. He sells them for $1.50. No, $1.25. No tax. Flat. So for all you homies with them dollars, go get you some tall cans. West Coast Graffiti. Serio? Ah, West Coast Graffiti will beat me up, my boy. For mop the floor with me, homie. That's the homie. Give a shout out. Vacaville up in the building. Woo woo. Hey homie, about a cooking video. Oh, I got several on the channel. I don't know if you I have like four cooking videos on the channel. Oh my boy, you not got that touch, homie. Shit, we got some of that skills. I don't like Zahir. Here's what I say about Zod. I don't agree with everything that Zod channel. You know what I mean? But he's entitled to his opinion. You know what I mean? It's. I respect his honesty. He's not trying to, bullshit. People for likes or views. He's telling you his. Even though I don't agree with some of the stuff he says, like I said, at least he's coming authentic. You know what I mean? At least he's like telling what it is, compared to other people that like to manipulate and lie and etc etc. At least he's being straight. Straight up. Like with him, with how he feels. Because remember, just because an individual, thinks the way they think doesn't mean that they speak for like everybody. You get what I mean? He's just giving you like his point of view and his opinions. So people like they really don't have to like watch it or like support it. You know what I mean? Because all YouTube channels are optional. You know what I mean? If like people don't like like what individuals say, they could just like go to other YouTube channels. Because there's some people that like get mad, like if they're being forced almost to watch that channel, and it's like that you can just go to other channels. So the fact that he's like just like genuine with what he's saying is, I respect that. You know what I mean? I may not agree with what he's saying, but I can respect it. Because I'd rather somebody at least tell me straight up, homie, that they don't like me, that I don't like you, my boy. I'd rather have an individual tell me that than to pretend to like me and then talk shit behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Or I would respect a person more saying if he tells me, "Hey, I'm not with the gangster life, homie. That's not my lifestyle. If somebody came in, I would be scared. I would respect the person more if he tells me that than somebody that pretends to be with the business. Hey, what's up, homie? Oh, and then when shit cracks full, he bitches out. I would respect the other individual 100 times more because at least he came and told me straight up, that it's not his lifestyle and he ain't about it. So shit, he got my respect compared to this fool that tried to play the part. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to respect honesty, even though you may not like it. Gotta respect it. Um, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homies. Like a lot of people that watch my channel, they think that I'm not for unity either. That I'm still with the negative and blah blah blah. And I actually don't know where they get that view from. Probably because I speak about gangs, they think that like I'm promoting negativity when it's like it's not that. Like you have to be able to grasp the concept behind my videos. And if you're not grabbing the concepts behind my video, that means that you're not looking for the concept. You're looking for anything negative to find. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to look at the positivity. You just want to find the negativity. There's that difference. Shout out to the homie from the flats. That's right. Well, what do you think about the Fools Gone Wild? Straight up, I think they be clowning. I don't like Fools Gone Wild. To be honest with you guys, I don't like Fools Gone Wild. I have mentioned them several times on my channel, and I have, expressed how I view that channel. And the more videos I, seen of theirs and theirs, the more it's like okay, yeah, this individual clearly, wants to do this and that, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, that's just my opinion. Don't think that I'm like telling people not to watch them, man. Because at the end of the day, like I said, people can watch whoever the hell they want. I personally dislike that. Them people. Because I know what they're trying to do. Now I know what they're trying to do. They could tell me otherwise, but I don't go based off of words because anybody could tell you anything. You know what I mean? Anybody could say whatever they want in this world. I could say right now I'm an astronaut or whatever. Anybody could say anything. Your actions will forever speak louder than your words, my boy. That's 100. You know, it's kind of like somebody that says, let's say for example, a white person says that he loves Mexicans. Yeah, every single thing he does is like treating the raza like shit. So although you may say you like them, your actions say otherwise. So therefore, your actions forever will speak louder than your words, my boy. So you could say that that's not true, that he ain't trying to clown or whatever, but your content, says otherwise, my boy. But like I said, people are entitled to feel however they want. You know what I mean? Or put out whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a free country. Understand though, because I have always said this, somebody could call me a beaner. They're entitled to it. It's freedom of speech. They have every right. It's America. They could call me a beaner. But understand it's gonna come with repercussions. Understand you might get your shit, ripped open. So understand that certain things might come with consequences. You get what I'm saying? That's that's just the way the world is. And that goes for anything. It doesn't even have to be like, why does it have to resort to violence? Oh, stop it. Democrats and Republicans can't even have a decent protest rally without fucking half of them was getting arrested and putazos and people getting ran over. In the Senate, not only in the United States, but all over the world. If you look at all over the world, when their governors meet up and, they're, passing new laws or bills, hey, they be throwing blows inside, my boy. There's chairs flying, putazos and everything. And it's like, bro, you gonna tell me why does it have to resort to violence? It seems that that's all humanity really knows how to do. Since way before gangs were ever in the picture, my boy, there was hundreds of brawls, fatalities. I mean, come on now. They act like if gangs are the ones that are making this happen. Like, bro, there's been casualties and sides clashing since before this gangbanging shit started. Before this gangbanging shit started, my boy, I remember there was a group called the Red Coats and the Blue Coats. One was representing North, one was representing South, my boy. And they were meeting up in these fields and they were smoking each other. And if you were, from this area and you got caught slipping in one of their states, my boy, you were getting smoked. That was way before there was actually norteños and sureños. There was already northerners and southerners. There was already a red and blue. There was already casualties. Like, what you mad at us for? You don't say nothing about that. You celebrating all them war heroes? Yeah, we're the stupid ones. Like, okay. Like, makes logical sense to me, bro. I love how. It's funny. What does. What does. Oh, my God. uh, ¿Qué huele ese carnal? What's good with you right there, Felipe? Right on play. I was saying on the bike. That's right, my boy. On the circle. It's official in that area. Serio? It be cracking? Damn. Had you heard music from Little Rascal? He's from 666 Records. Little Rascal. I have heard of several Little Rascals. I don't know which one. Is he the guy from Bowling, or is he the one from 18, or is he the one that's from what was the other one from? I want to say he's from Orange County. He's somewhere from Orange County, but I heard of several Little Rascals already. That sometimes that's wrong with the nicknames, that it's like it's kind of, there's so many of those homies, so it's kind of like hard to tell like which one's which. Kibo Carnal always what's the from Mesa. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm working on one, the California. I did a sample of it. I don't know what you guys think. A little some. I actually, before I did the actual sample of it, I had actually just um came up with the concept maybe like 30 minutes before I did the sample. So that's what I said when I'm working on it. It was like literally it was like the rough draft version of it. But you know what I mean? Sometimes I need like different opinions from from different people. You know what I mean? It helps like open up my vision like wider. And to the ones that say like, oh, you should do music about like this, that's one thing that it's funny, like when people watch my channel, they're like, oh, instead of this gang video, you should do videos about this and that. And it's like, do you watch my channel? Like, I have a lot of those videos talking about other stuff, educational stuff and all that. Like watch my channel before you want to criticize me, or like why don't you do music about this and that? Like, I have a lot of those songs. Like, why don't you actually go listen before you want to critique and criticize like what I do? Like, man, people are funny. Um, but it is what it is. It's the internet. Growing up in San Fernando summer wasn't fun either. Oh, hell no! I know that, my boy. Yeah, those Sanford Pacoima wars ain't no joke, homie. Ain't no joke. That's 100, because they be hunting each other. It be chaotic. We just didn't care what about the city. Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Okay, I understand that. Yeah. Oh yes, sir. I just, but my modelo. That's right, my boy. You're a historian of LA. I wouldn't say a historian, because the information is not mine. I don't grab the information. You know what I mean? I owe it all to homeboys that email me, pictures of their neighborhood and breakdowns of their barrios, So it's actually information from those homies, from those neighborhoods. It's not like coming out of me, you know what I mean? I would never take credit, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, it's all me, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, homie. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming out of homies from those barrios, like they shoot the info, a breakdown of their barrios and you know what I mean? So the info is actually coming from those individuals. So I owe it all to them homies, you know what I mean? Um, it's much respect to all of them, homie. Like I said, I'm only putting out, what homies, like shoot. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I actually owe it to all of them homies. And I appreciate, the you know, the support and all that. You know what I mean? That's when people be like, that's not true, or this and that, like what's coming out of those homies from those videos. So like, excuse me when I find it hard to believe your version of it better. uh, like Spencer. Like, I'm gonna believe what they're saying because they're actually from there. So yeah. Have you heard of Sacramento Mud? They are the most confusing I have heard. Yeah, actually, they're not confusing at all, at all. Believe it or not, Sacramento's politics to me are not confusing because they sound just like the politics down here. You get what I'm saying? Because exactly how Los Angeles runs is exactly almost how Sacramento runs their programs. You know what I mean? Those barrios are their barrios. They're proud to be from their hoods, and they'll go at it with whoever tries to, invade their space or what I mean? They feel like they're being pressured. They're gonna take off regardless if they're other norteños or not. Kind of like down here, right here, and any homie that's from Novato, from down here, they could vouch for it right here on this live. Like when people be saying like, "You puppy norteño, oh, yeah, dumb. You must have not had a homie, one of your homies smoked by a norteño before." Like, no, you wanna know why? Because all my homies have gotten smoked by sureños. All the homies that we lost from our barrios and from every other homie that's on here that's from Southern California that has had rest in peace homies have all gotten smoked by sureños, my boy. So no, I wouldn't know how that feels like. So don't act like you know what it would feel like to lose a homie that's from the sur that's doing it. You get what I'm saying? Because all my homies and every bad thing that has happened to me, the stabbing, shootings, everything has been done by other sureños, my boy, not by norteños. So excuse me when you're not able to see it from my side. You know what I mean? Like, all the homies down here be getting smoked by other Southsiders, my boy. So I understand Sacramento's how they run their stuff because that's how it pretty much goes down here. You know what I'm saying? I once seen West Coast Graffiti trying to be Savage Studio fan giving him yeah, well, I mean, West Coast Graffiti is he's not affiliated with no gang, so he could do, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have any gang ties, so West Coast Graffiti is free to do it like whatever he wants with himself. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're not a gang member, then you can watch and give props to whoever you want, my boy. I mean, he's not a gang member, so why wouldn't he? It's different if he would be a functioning homeboy and doing it. You get what I'm saying? But if he has no gang ties, then why isn't he allowed to? You get what I mean, my boy? Those rules only apply to gang-related people, not to like the public. You get what I mean, my boy? My ex-son was. Damn, my boy. Sorry to hear that, homie. God is last he got. Look, Zod is raza regardless because he's from a southern neighborhood, my boy. How regardless of how people want to see it, I think it's funny when people be like, example, when they say the word nigga, right? He shouldn't say it. He's raza. Raza shouldn't say it. So what about the raza that speaks English? Should they not say it? Because they're raza, so they shouldn't speak American, no? So they shouldn't speak English? Or what? Or like, help me try to understand like what you meant by that. Like they shouldn't say it because they're raza. So what? Raza shouldn't speak English then because they're raza, or what? I don't understand. Like, help me understand, my boy. Like, people pick and choose where they want to apply stuff and not apply stuff, or want to apply these arguments and not those arguments. But okay, let's stare at the big picture. Then it would make no sense, my boy. It sounds like you have an issue with the group. You just don't want to admit it, so you're just gonna try to point out all this and that to try to disguise what the real problem is. You're a racist. Plain and simple, my boy. You're everything that people say about these white folks. That's what you do. You know what I mean? But you think it's not an issue because you are not white and it's not towards raza. You're a racist if you dislike black people, my boy. That makes you a full-blown racist. Everything that you complain about white people, my boy, is what you are. A racist, homie. There's no way around it. It applies. Racism applies to each and every group, not just the white group. It applies to Asians, Mexicans, blacks, all of that, my boy. Evenly. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to apply racism and holler all this and that. Facts, my boy. People want to talk about facts 100. Those are the facts 100. I know it's not. People don't like it. Like, damn fool, but nah. Don't point that shit out when it's us. When it's a my boy can only be 100 right here, my boy. You know what I mean? If you think that that's making the raza look bad, then there's a problem, homie. You know what I mean? If speaking the truth is looking bad, my boy, then there's an issue, homie. Those are the facts. Damn, Fairfield, damn. I'm telling you, it cracks anywhere, homie. The worst mistake people could make is to think that it's an area out here in the suburb. Ain't nothing cracking out here. My boy, respect wherever you're at, homie. Because when you stop showing that respect, is when they'll stop showing that respect. Yeah. Let's smash that like. Oh yeah, hey, smash the like. It helps my channel. It helps you. The more likes I get, the more YouTube actually promotes my channel out there. So the least amount I get, the least amount of views I get, the least amount that YouTube will, share and likes, share my channel and stuff like that. I just figured that out, like 3 weeks ago. We have to stay positive in all areas of life. Yes, we do. Perfectly said right there by West Carson. That's what I enjoy. All I could be, my boy. Honesty is the best. It's just that whenever I want to speak about a subject or anything like that, like I like educating myself on it. I'm not just one that likes to like, okay, I'm not someone that speaks out of arrogance. I guess I would say. That's why sometimes when people ask my opinions on certain things, I said, oh, I can't give my opinions out because if I have no knowledge on it, then I can't give my opinion on it. Like I at least want to like properly educate myself on the topic before I could, like try to give like any kind of, you know what I mean? I like to come right. Definitely. Alright, no pushovers. That's there. Hey, gracias, my boy. Nah, they be no pushovers, my boy. Like people, because it's because the reason I say that is because there's some individuals out there that they think of certain areas and they think that it's whatever area, like let's say it's like maybe like a middle class area, like nice looking area and stuff like that. People be thinking just because of that they're like, man, ain't nothing cracking over there, ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, my boy, like look at their murder rate, fool, is off the chain, homie. Just because it doesn't look like, I guess, like the projects, let's just say, doesn't mean that you can't get your soul snatched. You know what I mean? Like that shit's crazy, And Dojo, obviously, because Dojo being like, well, I don't know if you guys know about like their culture and everything like that, but like if not, you can look it up. Like they'll defend their dojos like hard, my boy. That's like if you insulting their family. You know what I mean? Like they'll go hard for theirs. They're kind of like a barrio. You can say a barrio and a dojo is like similar in how they look at each other. They defend the honor of it and etc. etc. That's why I attach it to that because of the similarity between the two. When we're talking about pride and like defending the honor and all that. For its positive. Progressives are the enemy of black and brown. Yellow and Sam Brown. No, but see, who said Sam Brown? Nah, but see, white people are on the same boat as blacks, whites, and Asians, my boy. I don't know if people pay attention, like when they're looking at their surrounding cities and whatever. My boy, there's white people in the struggle with you. There's white people getting EBT. There's white people that are in your schools. There's white people that are in barrios. There's white people that struggle just like us, my boy. Now I do get it. A lot of white people do tend to get brainwashed by the media, but they're just pawns in this game either. Look, people have to understand that there's a difference between white and green. This white people is not the same as these white people, my boy. They're completely different. The only thing they share in common is their skin tone. That is it. A rich person, a rich white person, would never hang out with a poor white person. Wouldn't even shake their hand. Wouldn't even acknowledge them, my boy. They would see them just like how they see Hispanics, blacks, and all that. Nothing, like nothing. Now they manipulate them and make them think that, yeah, we're the same. We're down for you. We'll fight for you guys. Look, because we share the skin tone, it allows them to build some kind of bond, and why they should believe them going based off of that. But that's just manipulation. That's only manipulation, my boy. They're pawns just like everyone else is a pawn. They struggle just like everybody else struggles. So they are also like in the same bubble as us. They just think that they're not, I guess I would say. You get what I mean? But white people are not the villains here. It has never been white people. The reason white people choose to believe that it's whites, that allows the distraction, to keep the distraction going. That it's white people that are the issue. They're not the issue either, my boy. Because they're in the same boat with everybody else, homie. They're the distraction. You get what I'm saying? In this game, understanding the world of life, it's the rich versus the poor, my boy. The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. That is the game, my boy. It is not about skin tones. My boy, this shit is all about the almighty dollar, homie. It's not even about religion, gangs, skin tones, race, none of that, my boy. It's about the almighty dollar. You know what I mean? These fools want to keep making as much money as possible while having to spend, the least amount of money as possible. And they'll put any distractions in their way. Oh, it's because of them, it's because of that. So it keeps people occupied and distracted on what the real problem is. People keep blaming skin colors when it's not even about skin colors, my boy. That's not gonna. If the whites and blacks and browns get along, my boy, guess what's gonna happen? Nothing. You're still gonna get paid what you're getting paid and stuck with you, because these fools don't have the power. They don't have anything. It doesn't fix anything. This is about rich and poor, my boy. You know what I mean? They just trick the white people to think that they're the same as them, but they're not. And then they keep telling us that they're the villains. So we keep focusing that they're the villains. That's why no problems ever get fixed, because nobody has ever focused on what the problem really is. Everybody keeps fighting over race still. Like, damn, dog. Like, that race is not the problem, right? If we're gonna blame a color, it has to be green. You wanna know why nobody ever thinks about money being the problem, or that green is actually the real villain? Because everybody wants money, my boy. Everybody wants money. And of course, the problem of all these issues can't be something that you want, because then that would mean that you want something that is negative and causing all this mass, chaos. So it can't be something that you want to achieve and gain. Therefore, you choose to look for something else to be the problem. And since your skin color is this skin color and their skin color is that skin color, it makes it easier to believe that that must be the issue. You get what I'm saying? That is the psychology behind it. The more people keep focusing on skin tones, is the more the problems will never get fixed, because that's not what the problem is. Like Trump says, he knows the Mexican people, but that nigga. I know. He's funny. For city council, LA. No, my boy. See, the reason I wouldn't be able to run for city council and all of that is because I don't have the patience for it. On the internet, I have all the patience in the world because it's the internet. I could be more lenient and charismatic and everything like that. In person, I'm a completely different person because I'm physically there with the person. So if I get like heated, I'll just lash out because I could get to that individual. It's something that I have took, therapy for, and something that I'm working on. You know what I mean? Because obviously violence is not the answer. It's actually why I actually got into studying psychology and everything like that. Because I want to understand why I have a short temper and why I react the way that I react. Like kind of help like better understand myself. So far we're still working on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like in person, I have a very short fuse. I have an ugly temper. That's why I choose to like make a lot of jokes and clown around, because I never like having serious conversations. Because if we get in a serious conversation and then if I start getting angry, it's like I only know how to lash out, which is never good. It's never healthy. has gotten me in problems my whole entire life. So it's something that I'm trying to work on, and or trying to find out at least the source of it, and all that. You know what I mean? And no, not to sound crazy or hard or anything like that. It's like hoping to better like understand myself, or at least try to, how can I improve myself, or improve my behavior. Hey everyone, what's good, Danny? I mean, I got some stuff here and there, but I don't. This what was the first Chicano rap song you heard? The first Chicano rap song I ever heard. Um, what was the first Chicano rap song I ever heard? I think I know it was a Night Owl song. I just don't remember which one it was. But it was Night Owl. Night Owl was the first Chicano rapper I ever heard or whatever. Then I started hearing it, well, because my uncles, that's what they would bump, Chicano rap. And so some of the first that I would hear was Night Owl, Little One, Mr. Shadow, like Little Robin, Kid Frost, and all of them. They didn't come later. Like I didn't hear about them guys until like later, because my uncles were not a fan of them. They didn't like their music or whatever. So I didn't hear about them until like later. And actually, I heard about Kid Frost and Little Rob through my aunt, through my tia. She was actually the one that would bump those guys. So that's when I first like heard them. You know what I mean? But that didn't come till like after, like way after, that I heard about them guys, like who they were. Little Rascal from 18th Street, dope ass rapper. Is he the one that sang that song Demons? And then the one that got busted for it, no? What do you think about Kid, Mr. D, Tony, producing him? I think Mr. D, and that Arvado's beef it. Because people sometimes think that like, oh, like, you on the hype train too. Like, no, Arvado's beefing, my boy. Like, I'm not on no hype train. I only call it how it is right here. I think he's really talented. I think he's really talented when it comes to rap and stuff like that. And I do hear what people say out there. One of the criticism he gets is that he tries to sound too much like Tupac and all that. You know what I mean? People have to understand one thing, and the reason why they can't see this problem is because when people criticize on certain individuals, they're just looking for something to find wrong with this individual. You know what I mean? The reason for that is because other rappers do it too that they listen to, but since they actually like those rappers, they can't see the flaw of that in them. But since they're looking for something off the bat on this person, because they're just looking for something to dislike about him, is the reason why they point that out. But not knowing that the rappers they hear also do the exact same shit. Because taking it from somebody that actually raps, we're gonna grab certain things out of the rappers that we actually like. You know what I mean? Not saying jocking their style, just grabbing like certain things to add to your style, right? It's like paying homage. All rappers have done it. Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, they have all done it. If you watch their interviews, they'll say, that's what, inspired them to rap in their style. You grab, something, and then you add your implication to the style. But they can't see the implication that he adds on, because obviously they're not looking for that. They're just looking to dislike what he does. You know what I mean? I think he's phenomenal, because even though, let's say, okay, he's trying to sound too much like Tupac. Oh, okay, let's just say you're right. That still doesn't change the fact that he's writing his own raps. He's rapping them and everything like that. So that's not Tupac. That's all him, my boy. So you're gonna tell me that that's not skills? That anybody could just do that? You know what I mean? And other rappers have sounded like other rappers right now that have made it. They all jock each other's styles. Why isn't it a problem there? And why is it only a problem with this individual? Does it? Why? Because he's Raza? And why? Because he's actually like climbing up the ladder, and people just don't like that. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm defending them. Maybe it's you're hating on them. But yeah, I think he has a lot of skills. Because not anybody could just do that. You know what I mean? Respect to you all. Hey, gracias, Danny. Likewise, my boy. Southgate 213. That's right. Representing. Woo woo. Nice vlog. BG Rookstown. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. Shout out to the BG Rookstown. Woo woo. Representing right there. Out that RT. Let's go. Are you a fan of Ozzy? Uzi? What? I don't know who none of those are. OZ and The Wire? Are they like rappers or who are they? I'm not like too familiar with like newer rapper stuff or I'm kind of a dinosaur. Sacramento does more like LA. Yeah, I see it. So it's like, yeah, I would figure. Okay, so yeah, so all right. How do we run? How do we run around saying brown pride? My last por Mexico. But in las calles, like, how do we run around saying brown pride? My last. Pero nos matamos en las calles like no tomorrow. Hey, Joe. It reminded me of what I said in the live, like 2 lives ago or 3 lives ago. I was saying that it's funny how we be like la raza, brown pride, um, etc., etc. And yeah, well, when it's like, hey, well, if you're down for the raza, what about the norteños right there? You down for them? Oh, no, no, not them. My boy, but you just say you're down for the raza. My boy, you said it's all about brown pride and mi cultura and everything like that. It's like, so not them. So like you're down for the raza 75%, 50%, 25, 35. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Like I'm just trying to understand you, my boy. So like on a Richter scale, if we were to put it in a pie graph, how much percentage are you down for the raza? I'm just trying to understand what you mean. Ah, it's like no. See, when I say stuff, you're not supposed to ask so many questions, my boy, because then it falls apart. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Sorry. You're just supposed to take what I say and just run with it. All right, cool, cool, cool. I can't help but to be the individual to ask questions, though. Um, you know what I mean? Would it be nice for all the raza to get along? Yeah, it would be lovely. Is that what happens? No. Do you see it happening in the future? Yeah. Do you see it happening anytime soon? No. Is it a work in progress? Yeah. Has there been, steps in the right direction? Yeah. You know what I mean? There has been a significant big difference in how the streets do their thing. I know a lot of individuals don't see it. A lot of society doesn't see it. But those who are from this life and from the streets, they know what I'm talking about. They can see it. That there's a big difference in the way homies conduct themselves and how things are done. It's a significant jump to let's say gangbanging in the 80s to what it is right now. There's been a lot of progress. Um, shit. The fact that Sureños and Norteños be watching the same channel and could comment on comments without lashing out, and keep it civil. That's already progress in itself. You know what I mean? The fact that homies are in there playing spades and all this and that is a big ass progress. The fact that certain individuals bump certain individuals or give passes or whatever is a big significant jump. The fact to even acknowledge the other side is a big difference. It's monumental, but to everybody else, they're like, "What the fuck is this we're talking about?" Like just because a few comments on YouTube or just because this and that, like that's not progress. Like the fuck it isn't. That's also actually come from this world. That's a big ass progress, my boy. To you guys, it's not that much because you guys wanted to stop like this. It's not a light switch. When have you ever seen problems that are this big and this rooted ever get fixed just like by tomorrow it's over? No. It's not how the real world works. It's not a fucking storybook. It takes time, it takes progress, it takes patience. It's slowly but surely. But people get impatient and want to abandon the whole thing in general. You know what I mean? It's like, why? When there's been so much progress, like what you want is you want everything now. You know, like the reason you want to strive for a better future is for your children, not for yourself. You know what I mean? Yes, we keep on struggling, but to make the world a better place for our children. So although the streets might not be at peace in your lifetime, maybe they'll be in peace in your children's lifetime. And that is actually what you strive for. It's not about you. It's about the future, like people say. But people just don't want to live in the turmoil no more. Like, so it's all about you, my boy. But that's why we grind. We grind for a better future for our children, not for ourselves. You know what I mean? Because the problem exists already. So it's like, what it's the same. You can't cry over spilled milk. You know, all you could do is clean it up and try to do the best of it, the best job, you know, of that. Slowly but surely, like I said. Will you get people along the way that are still, you know, thinking like idiots and stuff? Yes, that's gonna happen. Yes, that's still gonna occur. You know, it's human behavior. But just because there's a few individuals here and there that still think like that doesn't speak for the whole entire movement or group or anything like that. Like, you have to take the progress, you know, and see it and not just be like, oh, that's not enough. Like, oh, okay. A little bit of something, my boy, is better than a whole lot of nothing. Facts. Sureños don't trip about nothing else. All the pedo is with. All right, well, so this out most of the time. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the reason why. Yeah, 100. VDC GT right there. Yeah, like I said, every time we're on the block posted and keeping trucha, but we ain't keeping no trucha for no norteños. We're keeping trucha for the other sureños that are coming to buck our heads, my boy. Real talk. What a big I love your channel. Much love and respect. Saludos from Duarte. Hey, gracias, Lady. 626. I appreciate it, homie. And hey, likewise, my boy. I send my respects out there to Duarte. There's a lot of damn white boys. Yeah, America's. Hey, people think that like, oh, if there were to be a war between browns and whites, a brown would win. Like, do you not know the numbers that are you're talking based on because you oh what I don't even see no white people because you live in California, my boy. Move to any other state and tell me if you still see the numbers the same, my boy. There is way more white people than there is for every one Mexican. There's like 50 whites, my boy, in America, homie. Just watch any national championship or NASCAR championship event when they're out there celebrating, my boy, and just see how many gabachos there is, homie. By the masses, my boy. Like, you're just looking at it if you're talking about from states that are like California or like, you know, like Chicago or like New York or Miami or areas like that where there is Latinos. Uh, but out of the 50 states, there's only maybe like about 8 of them that actually have raza, and then the rest is all gabachos, my boy. You are way outnumbered because I've been seeing that in the arguments. If we were to go together with them, we would win easily. Like, well, there's hardly any white people right here. You know what I mean? Like, what? Have you even traveled? Like the ignorant comments of individuals. They live in their own little bubble. Huh? Like, they just think like whatever they see, like that must be how everything is run. Like, the hell? Have you talked about the race wars between Mexicans and blacks last year in Chicago? Yeah, I actually made videos about that. I actually made several videos about that. A lot of them, a lot of people did not like what I had to say in those videos, but it's the truth, though. It's the honest truth. And the reason why a lot of people don't like what I have to say is because I defend no group. You know what I mean? It's like I only keep it honest right here. That's why I get a lot of like Northern lover or Black lover or white lover or you're just saying that because you're Mexican. It's like I literally get like like criticism from all the groups, but that's only because I point out the honest truth. You know what I mean? It's not that one group is wrong. It's that all the groups are wrong, my boy. No group is right. Not Black Lives, not Brown Beret, not La Raza, not White Power, not Black Lives, not none of that, my boy. Understand that when you want to put the blame on something, problems will never get fixed. Understand when you are still pushing negativity in your movement, regardless of what it is to which groups, even if it's white, if anything negative is attached to what you're doing for positive things, my boy, then there's no positivity in what you're pushing. You know what I mean? Your movement has to be for all people, equally united. Mexicans are not better than whites. Blacks are not better than brown. Whites are not better than Asians. Asians are not better than Middle Easterns. My boy, if you literally want me to believe that your race is better than any other race, like that you better like be able to live without oxygen, water, and like food. My boy, we all breathe the same air. They all bleed the same. There's no difference. You know what I mean? It's not about Mexicans or Latinos. It's not about whites. It's not about blacks. It's not about Middle Easterns. It's not about Asians. It's about human beings in general, my boy. People need to stop seeing colors and start seeing humans. I mean, humanity, another human being. That's why when I always cover like, see, it's like even when they cover when people cover these vendor attacks, instead of seeing it like a black person robbing another Hispanic or a Hispanic robbing another black person, because when you push it like that, it's kind of like you're trying to throw the blame, towards one side. Because let's face it, the raza robs from the raza. Blacks rob from blacks. So don't get mad now when another group's doing it. Why? Because they're not of your race. So if they were from your race, it wouldn't be such a big deal. The thing is, how I view it is I view another human being robbing another human being bombing on another human being. That is how I see it. Therefore, I can't get tainted or polluted and think that all this group is this group's fault, or because a certain amount of this group acts this way is going to speak for the whole entire group in general. That is ridiculous to think that. Just because 5 people do one thing, that means that millions of people must do the same? Where does it work like that? Like, just because 1,000 people think this way, that speaks for the whole millions? Is $1,000 the same as $1,000,000? Is it even close? No, it's not, right? Okay, then. So how is it even close when you speak of it in this sense? It's not even close. You know what I mean? Like, stop looking at the small pictures. Look at the bigger picture of things. You can't just automatically run to assumptions and conclusions, based off, a few incidents here and there. It is ridiculous. Oh, it's the same thing. Now we're like, I've seen that shit happen like 1,000 times. Oh, and that speaks for the millions of groups. So $1,000 is the same as a million. No, fool, that's way off. Okay, so that's way off. But see, it makes it more believable, because if they already have a problem with groups or individuals, or that's the problem that they want to see because it matches up with how they feel, it's easy to believe that. Yeah, I'll believe it in a heartbeat. If that's what you want to see, of course it's gonna try to make logical sense to you, because that's what you want to see. It speaks a lot about a lot of people's personas and characters. What up, big dog? What up, pistol blaster? Um, Little village. Last year, I know. I'm telling you, well, because it's worse now in Chicago than it is in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? They be having shootings. I remember I was watching. I think for 4th of July, they had 99 shootings, which is insane, bro. Which is insane. It's Chicago right now is how LA was like in the 90s. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Sud means south. Yes, it does. Bullet got no names. Yeah, bullets don't have no names. You know what I mean? And they have no feelings. That's real talk. Easy Riders in the house. That's right. Whoa, whoa. It wasn't LA. It stood for Southern United Raza. Yeah, that is true, my boy. But like I said, to homies, united doesn't mean. Remember, this game is about egos, my boy. You know what I mean? You have a lot of egotistic individuals. You know what I mean? And the drugs and alcohol don't help. So people are gonna just lash out and just, because remember, we train homies to be ruthless, to not let themselves to hold it down, to be to be chingon and all that. So then when you have 2 people that are taught the same thing and now they bump into each other, neither one is going to want to back down, because they've been shown and trained never to back down. So what's going to happen? And remember, we teach each other loyalty and honor, and to don't let a camarada down, and to have his back no matter what. So both groups are telling their men the same thing. So now neither of these fools back down. So now what happens is all the bunch of group is gonna stand behind their homeboys. So what you get? Guerra. Ta-da! Because when you teach negative behaviors, understand you're gonna get no positivity out of it, including within your own groups. Because if you're teaching negativity, you're gonna get nothing positive out of it, my boy. You might get some good traits, but at what price though? You know what I'm saying? Because we all paid a price. I mean, yeah, it made us solid individuals and everything like that, but we had a massive price to pay. You know what I mean? It's not like, we got it all for free with nothing. We didn't have to pay nothing. Shit. And I know homies know what I'm talking about. I know all homies out there feel what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? They buried homies. They have had this and that happen to them. They have the stress. There's been stress. There's been days where you just fucking be like, man, what the fuck, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, homies know the feelings, dog. It's feelings we never speak about, but they know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because people, like, let's say everyday civilians, they think we don't feel shit. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if you only knew half of the shit that we be feeling, you know what I mean? Like, we go through all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit that you guys don't see, so it's so easy for society to criticize. But homies know what I'm talking about. It wasn't always, I thought I might it, hell yeah, good times. There was times where we were just like, man, fuck. You know what I mean? Millionaires live so straight up fancy neighborhoods. Yeah, you know what? See, the reason why, like, I home in on billionaires and stuff like that is because they have all the riches, right? And everything. I'm not asking them for donations. I'm not asking them to give people anything. All I'm asking is for them to be fair to their employees. They could afford to pay them more and still make money, more money than they could ever imagine. You know what I mean? Oh, how people like to say, no, you have to know how business is run and everything. I do know. That is the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. When they close down these locations, it's not because the business was losing money. That even though that's what they're saying, they had to close these businesses down because they weren't making any money. It's not that they weren't making losing money. It's that they weren't making enough money, that they wanted to make. That location is not making as much money as other locations, so they could afford to keep it open, but they just rather close it down, and all those people now have to look for jobs, this and that. And they don't care. But why not? It's not like they were losing any money in it. But no, because they have all the money in the world. Think about it like this: they have all the money in the world, right? So already to live for generations. Yet it's not enough. It's never enough for them. You know what I mean? They need more. They want more. They already have enough money to live all kinds of, you know what I mean? And I know people be like, what do you want them to just ruin their businesses and everything like that? Like that's like when you tell a 2-year-old to share his chicken. That's like when you tell a child to share his chicken nuggets with his younger sibling, right? And then they just be like, here, eat it all. It's like, who's saying any of that? Who's saying that they have to ruin their businesses? How is it ruining their businesses if they're still creating income? Maybe not as much income as they wanted to, but they are still creating income. Their business is not going to shit. So what are you talking about? But it's so easy to try to point it out like that because that's a tantrum that they're throwing. They just want it their way. You know what I mean? Because they don't give a fuck about anybody else. They just want to make it seem like whatever they try to find whatever explanation that they want to try to justify their actions. But there's no justifying that. Your workers is the reason why all of this could happen for you, my boy. Yes, it was your idea. You're the one that started it off the ground or whatever. But they're a part of your team. They were a part of your vision. There's what they also made it happen for you, my boy. And now you just don't want to, thank them for it because your greed got the best of you. Because you think that this is all because of you, that you can make it happen by yourself. If all the employees walked out of your business right now, no one could run your business, so your business will crumble. So, could you really do it by yourself? Is it really all just you? You know what I mean? Like, no, right? You need them just as much as they need you, right? Because this is your company. Therefore, come on now. Teamwork makes the dream work. These companies don't have no loyalty workers because they show no loyalty. How do you expect people to be loyal to somebody that is not loyal, that doesn't show the loyalty back? Come on now. Those are the facts. But hey, well, we gonna end it right here. We already been on here for a cool minute. Hey, gracias to everybody right here. You know, being on here with me, and we out.